I said, yeah, you gotta address it in some kind of way. I don't care how you do it, but I'm not putting my name next to that guy's name because it turns out I think Joel might be used. And then Mother's used kind of different ways. At that point, I chose violence and
gotta address the elephant in the room, no pun intended. Okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Omcom showed amazing resilience. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. He did not want to do that.
First week this is happening because, you know what, baby? God knows what's true. We know what's true.
That's right.
What else matters? Who cares what anybody thinks? And I was like, I care. Crazy.
I don't know. I don't feel like things really phase you like this. So I just think phase.
No, I was phased. I was deeply phased.
But what hurt you about it? I just want to let you know, like, I know the periphery of Akash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base, and his Tommy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him because a lot of them are like really racist and right-wing. We're proud of being opinionated and they don't like opinionated women. But the misogyny was like really crazy. Obviously, we know it exists in our society, but to see it so rampant and like full force and just like unapologetically big.
It's official, Akash has quit Flagrant. After months of hiding while his wife did interview after interview making everything worse, Andrew Schultz finally confirmed on yesterday's episode that Akash is stepping away from the podcast to focus on stand-up. If you haven't been following this saga on this channel, Akash's wife, Jasleen, started a podcast, said some of the wildest shit imaginable about her dating history and her obsession with another man, humiliated Akash in front of millions of people, and then dumped the man tripled down across multiple instances when the backlash hit, instead of keeping her mouth shut and disappearing from the internet. Instead, her husband's the one who disappeared, and now it's official, he ain't coming back. Flagrant tried to address it last year by bringing Jasleen on the show in what I called the worst episode in Flagrant history. Shortly after that, you guys voted Akash the lolcow of the year for 2025, and then he just disappeared. I also covered his first interview back a few weeks ago, where he basically told us exactly what was about to happen, and in my last video, I predicted that he wouldn't be coming back to Flagrant because of the things he was saying in that interview.
Do you feel like, how do I say this? I don't want to say it's like, is it on site, or are you evolved at this point?
There's certain people that it's like, I don't know if it's on site or what, but it's like, yeah, I think God will give you yours, and that's kind of, I kind of try to remember that, but there's a side of me that's like, maybe it's a shortcut thing, but I really identify with like Kendrick Lamar, where it's like, if we want beef, I'll destroy everything, I'll burn everything down. There's a little part of me that's right there.
We don't want that.
That's like, wow, I don't care about the money, I don't care about whatever, you care about my wife, let's just burn it all down.
You know you need to thank her, right?
All the time, I buy her non-stop.
I know.
Bro, what burning are we talking about? Because the only thing that got burned down was your own career. And you didn't even do that. Your wife Jasleen did. He says he doesn't care about the money, he doesn't care about whatever. Well, isn't that convenient? Because you just gave up the biggest revenue stream you've ever had. And it wasn't even your choice. Your wife made that choice for you. Like, this whole thing is just so wild. He's talking all hard about you being on site, and then he quits Flagrant altogether. Said, I care, what are you talking about, bitch? Are you crazy? Which is probably the most honest thing he's said in years. But then he pivoted into this whole narrative about how fame is a monster, the internet is full of terrible people who need to find a better existence, and God was showing him what really matters. The cope is wild. His career has been completely destroyed, and he's acting like it's divine intervention. And don't even get me started on that bullshit about how he should be thanking her. That's the kind of logic where your girl sleeps with all your buddies, and then tells you that you should be thanking her for proving they weren't your real friends. I don't even know what that is. It's not even toxic, it's just straight up evil. But like I said, Andrew Schultz announced that Akash was hanging up the podcast mic and wasn't coming back to the Flagrant podcast he founded with Schultz almost a decade ago, because of this whole experience with his wife humiliating him to the world. has made him realize that he should be focusing on his stand-up comedy career instead.
The experience has put things in perspective for him, and he's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from art. It is bittersweet. No initiative. He did not want to do that, but at the same time, it's very hard not to root for your friends, literally dreams, and if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do. We're going to rock with him. You guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check out AkashCity.com for tickets. So we just wanted to, clear the air. Akash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time to talk to you guys about it.
So there it is, Schultz confirming what everybody already knew. But Ethan Schultz is framing this as some sort of spiritual awakening, as if the cast was on a soul searching retreat in the mountains and did yoga and post-clarity. The experience was his wife telling the internet she wanted to ride her friend's husband's tennis while Akash watched. That's the experience that puts things into perspective. And the whole pitch about he's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up, actually, let me come back to that because you guys have to see this. Imagine you started a podcast with your buddy 10 years ago, put out over 700 episodes, built one of the biggest and most profitable Patreons in the world, bringing in 6 figures a month each, and then when you decide to move on, this is all you get. 3.5 minutes followed by, so anyway. It's bittersweet because this is my brother. I love him. I was here day one of this podcast, and it's like, we started together and together, bad boys for life. Yeah. Addiction. Yeah. Well, yeah, man, I'm proud of him. I'm just so proud, being at Radio City and just seeing, just everybody was animated, they loved it, I'm just proud of him, man. I think back to when we surprised him when I came home from Sweden. Oh yeah, his reaction. Yeah, his reaction. He didn't even care the cameras were there. He jumped up, gave me the biggest bear hug, and I know he was that strong. Yeah, for those of you guys, maybe or new listeners, Alex got locked up while on tour in Sweden, and didn't tell Akash that he got out. Yeah. And then there's an earlier episode where he just bursts in the room, and Akash sees him for the first time, thinking he was in jail the whole time, and Akash just goes crazy. Pure love is beautiful. Yeah, man. Yeah. I love you, brother, but, we'll see each other, so it's all good. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool to see all the venues selling out. And enjoy. I remember even, when I very first came to New York, riding in with him, and he was talking to that thing. He's like, yeah, man, the pod's cooking, but, I want to be that guy. And then now he's doing all the stuff he's done. And, yeah, she's really excited. As a comic, I think we can understand. It's you have an opportunity. I mean, he's going to be in MSG. Soon. Yeah, it's cool to see. Yeah, man, just a lot of memories. Yeah. But listen, go out and support Akash, man. Go send him some messages and show him some love, dude. Yeah. He's a man, he's getting after it, and he's going to continue to crush it. Yeah, go get a ticket to his show. Mm-hmm. If there's tickets left. Yep. Yeah. And yeah, I guess now for Indian representation on the podcast, it's gotta be Alex. Yeah, Alex can take it. Okay. The rest of the pod. You got your fly back. That whole segment played out like a funeral for someone who's still alive. They were channeling strong Bert Kreischer vibes right there. But there's a version of this where they're actually honest, where Schultz says the Jasleen situation made it impossible for Akash to come back because every single comment is just roasting the shit out of him. Where they acknowledge that his wife torched his relationship with his own audience and the only option left was for him to leave. That version doesn't exist because that would require admitting that the flagrant episode where they brought Jasleen on the show trolled their audience about how ridiculous the whole thing was and pretended it was all one big misunderstanding completely failed. And now that episode looks even worse than it did at the time because it wasn't a big misunderstanding after all. If it was and Crash hadn't written the show, he would have just ignored it and kept showing up until all the chatter died down. So really it wasn't this big troll. There's some deeper issues there that I can't realize he needed to sort out. Because just a few weeks ago, he was lying to himself about what actually happened.
In the space that you function in podcast world, because you guys are very, very famous. Realize, like, people were giving your wife a hard time before standing up for you or having an opinion.
No, she said shit that if I said it, everybody would say it was a joke, and she not have a, because we only had sex with each other, she not have a relationship where it's like, I don't know, did you say what I said?
Bizarre to me because I'm like, my husband can go on stage and literally has a joke in his special about like getting a hooker isn't like cheating, it's just outsourcing, which I really don't care. Like, I think it's a funny joke, but it's like if I say something that's equally, you know, raunchy, like then I'm a whore or all these things.
This is crazy how far this has gone. And everything she gets said, y'all are chopping up. And I've probably done this with 1,000 famous people, so I don't even know what people did. She just kind of kept that energy. She was like, whatever y'all think about me, whatever y'all think about me, I know why. God, I'm saying. Think about me.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a genuine joke about Venus. I don't know if your husband can judge what's Venus. I think it's still a bit drawn away as well, so speakers are easy.
Not to mention his whole stand-up acting based around the relationship style, crowd work, roasting colours to the crowd, and his wife's whole aim to figure out all of this is just, I know who I am, God knows who I am. Actually saying that she completely gaslit him, believing that she's the reason and important. None of it makes sense. It's just now looking for a moment before I get it. Child and person that God just leave. She's not my friend. Not that fairness, she's not the guys, admitted she had a roster of crap boys that she could up with. She started posting thirst trap free around the TikTok and taking the life of a rich Canadian housewife and her fluid
It's creepy. So that's the difference, isn't it? He does jokes about how he prostitutes, which can be distasteful. But then she had this woman who went out and said that having sex with the lads, even though she's meant to be a virgin. She said it's jokes, the same as you say how the hooker. But as podcast cringe points out, it's the fact that she's one of those jokes where it's theoretical. She's on about like meanness to him and attack her like top figures. It's weird, man. It's strange, when there's no problem what she's doing, but she's just own it. Then again, do you reckon it's bad enough they'll do force if she was a virgin?
So his wife expressed herself on fucking Instagram as visuals.
Yeah, because he's given a good, as he just said, he's given a good paycheck, hasn't he? Well, some of them are actually twatted to me, they're just self-defect, they ain't feeling it, I mean.
I don't like niggas doing that crap. Yo, free icon. It's free icon. Free icon. It is. Yo, why call me?
Yeah.
Right, have a microphone. Hey, allow your wife to start a mother podcast, right? Okay, if you want imitated, me, I'm the comedian. I'm out here on this road. I'm out here getting the money. Let me go to the crowd with this fucking thing. Because you don't need a microphone and everything. You won't fucking us. I'm going to need it. I can see why the audience thought it was this thing. Like, there was a lot of, well, delete stuff, delete podcasts, delete ours. No influence. No, come on. Oh, we're working on no influence. I don't want no influence. Don't let your wife be influenced. Don't let your wife be podcast. Don't be influenced. Okay. He's on a podcast trying to make jokes, get obligated. Yes. It's right. Oh, man. You can't get yourself right.
I don't think he was offering an opinion. I thought he was offering a joke. That's what she said earlier. So this woman who embarrassed her husband, she's now saying that it's because she's got a strong opinion that people don't like her. But she before was saying it was a joke earlier. I was just joking, there's no opinion there. Now she's like, well, I've got a strong opinion. We didn't hear any opinion apart from the fact that you were popping cut by 15 people.
And yeah, sure, he sold that radius musical. That's a big deal. I get it. Apparently he's doing energy as well somehow. Like selling eventually right now doesn't mean and everyone that only knows these internet idiots rely on posting online exposure. Russia has talked about this ticket sales exploded after multiple JRE appearances, after Tube's 1K blew up, after Shakes growing went viral, etc., etc. That constant weekly podcast presence is what keeps the touring machine running. Without that, you just fade away. And it's like these partners on the drama itself. People want to see the guy who's done it, but once the curiosity wears off, you don't let it that most people outside of the plane will get rid of platform, open service, online presence, and a digital footprint that's not that right from the white that's where the audience was as well, and that's where his name recognition came from. What done eventually is that absolute disaster, and his online presence now is just complete ridicule. Someone searches his name, it's just leak clips, commentary videos like mine, and memes. That's the kind of exposure you don't recover. And the message from a
No,
it's all not playing. None of this is serious, wherefore. But it was all just a big misunderstanding. If just League was just being unconfused at the internet not playing, then why is it partially 1 months later after an unexplained absence? Well, I guess this is the end of blowing everything up. This is just so fucking sad. You don't walk away from this biggest anger of very high career over a joke that people misunderstood. Unless it wasn't a joke and it wasn't a misunderstanding and everything the internet said was right. You just don't try and pretend like you had a choice, bro. And it is so much better. And dare I say, it's becoming watchable. But stay tuned for more updates and podcasts in the life.
And luck creativity.
Their relationship has changed so much over the last couple of years. Shane went from being the quiet guy on protect our parts, which is happy to be there, to someone who openly roasts and bullies broken on his own show and openly sits there and thinks, I've talked about
That's what I'm talking about. We'll be the same issue as you use for the country.
and it's been like that for a while. And the frustration is broken in the circle where Trump administration are really starting to show giving crazy cuts to the eyes ratings, the Epstein files, cover up the tariffs, monitoring of France, etc. Trump's throw went hard on Trump to Joe's face. That one big video means to eyes deportations, and the shame is coming out of the shell more and more when it comes to calling out the current government. There's also the ongoing beef with Gavin Newsom, which I'm getting to. Being called out like this publicly by a political figure, and whenever you think of Newsom or his policies, he's 100% maybe very prepared and free. But there were 3 words in the latest Protect Our Parks episode, Shane Gillis, that really got my attention, and honestly, it's about time someone said those words to break his face. And I'm not trying to make out that they're being or that Shane is calling out Rosie or anything like that. They're obviously still really good friends, and there's no tension there at all. But Texas has this subtle way of being back now that they're more comfortable in his own career. He doesn't think he's feel that
I'm sure that disagree with disagree. You on to the next one.
stuff on this. Together, so you don't want to do stuff. And so this all played up in the 2024 election when Gavin Newsom started calling out Broken for always growing shade in California.
Now, some people respond to Twitter, but I didn't know on Twitter, I would give a chance to respond to
He's like a mountain's kiss style.
that was practice.
Well, let's just snap if you use that example. That's good.
Such a great politician. He's terrible. I mean, he's a good personality, but it's like, but the thing he stabs, anything he wants. I don't know. You know, with the Ethan attacking me for years, he just won't have me on the show. You know, why won't you have me on the show? He won't have me on the show. It's one way. And he has guests come in and attack in fashion. But he will not have me on the show. Period. Full stop. You should have me on the show. Let's have it. Let's do it. You know, that's... So, that fairly much. Exception of it, exception of California, exception of some of the problems that makes the state, that may count for the other one. I think they're in California arrangements. Especially stuff that's
Shit, but you ready to go? You ready to go? Okay, so.
The last 5 years telling anyone who will listen that he made the right call.
So I thought he was waiting on me then, sorry. Just drifted off. Sorry about that. Right, young lady.
Personal freedoms. The stuff Joe claims to care about, but he never seems to bring that up. Really, as a public figure, about
Nah.
what makes him so
I'll do it tomorrow, because I've got a school lecture tomorrow. I'll get all that up, I'll get that up until tomorrow. So if we buy like Dildo's kits, the orange kits, they're about £2, like £5, and it's just a bag, so it's basically D9, but domestic version.
It's a bad choice. A little desperation in it. But it's just stupid. It's like, this is a bad strategy. Like, I probably would have that fun. Yeah. But now, like, what are you doing? There is a fun version where you say this thing all the time.
Just imitates, there's no fun in that. I'll pour
higher education.
those shit Sicko Valley is one of those wealthiest places in the country where there's Hollywood. How crazy.
Like, people aren't leaving the place you're in charge of. Don't be upset and be uncritical of Hollywood.
It's funny how Rogan says that Newsom's strategy of talking out publicly is a terrible way to get on his podcast. Yes, that is exactly what Trump did to Joe when he endorsed RFK Jr. back in 2024.
Fuck off, they knew each other through UFC. Yeah, that's not the disingenuous. Come on now. I thought you were going to say something like 2016, 2014, no, Trump's going to say for UFC for a long time. Like, that's a lie. I mean, so Trump has. That's a lie.
Especially the current administration. Like in this next week, Joe criticizes Newsom again, even though what he's saying could easily be applied to the Trump administration for multiple reasons. Personally, I don't know.
Yes, but it's asking you for your rationale of why. You'll criticise probably not because on this page, you just see it's exactly the same thing. It's just asking why is it different? You know, why is this guy saying to illusion? They're different as you've got a solution from it. Like people know it's not the paperwork to show that it's only used. Yes, like if you're a productive member of society, as a member, you can probably say they'll be about it. If you're British, if it's contributing towards Britain, then it's going to don't do that. However, if you're one of those that come here just to leech money and then take money out of the country, then you know what? It should be fair for everyone. Most time I could finish Jason but then again, something gets spread out to other people. For sake of, I'm sure someone got screwed through the back and all that, and everybody agreements in place for them to clean the path. If anything like that, they must be touched in the area. It's because it gets a lot of go news, which is like, no, stick those in. Trying to debate. Don't find do find like a good exposure, I think I'm pushing it. If that's your MP, I think that's safe. Oh shit. That's the reason why Trump's guy that gets away with it. It's like he's not a politician, isn't it? So you know he's going to hire people there to do the job, isn't it? There's this guy, he's the politician you hire, and he's doing the nah. It's like, oh, Jesus, we're going to die. We're all going to die. What's he doing? We're going back.
The Clinton one is like, basically, like, he kind of got lucky with the economy because of the tech boom. Also, then at the end, it's like, and then his wife tried to run against Donald Trump.